ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Ready, set.
Lance going to put it up right away. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Throwing now is Lance. He completes it right side to White. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Well, that's how you use your safety valve, CD. He didn't appear to be the intended target, but they got it to him, and he was able to get just enough to pick up the first.
And what a great example of where we are right now in the NFL, because if you're a running back, you're not just going to carry it. You got to catch it out of the backfield as well. Those combo guys, they're the ones everyone wants on their team.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 40. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Watch out, man. 50
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Lance now to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 27-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Lance now on first down. He'll leave this one for White. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, Guaranteed I went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better, and if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
Here we go. Cover 38.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is third down. Working from the gun. Lance. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting it. Moving the ball, you're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Quick, yellow, shot, 17.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Okay, right.
13th play now on the opening drive. Will this be the lucky one? It's 3rd and goal. Now a play fake. Lance. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is still first quarter, and they did come out of it with points. In a sense, they can look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. They go play action here on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The Cardinals had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses. Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
All that for a 2-yard gain, second down.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Stroud. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 19. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Looking to throw. Stroud. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
This is caught. And the Cardinals are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
And they'll run with Etienne. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Travis Etienne, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Lance to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. On 4th down on is the punter, Colby Wadman. And he's it'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. Going deep here for Parker. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off-play action. Stroud. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Stroud. He's going to let it go again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call. But they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
He'll return it from the 6. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
This is taken in by McBride, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Another tote for Etienne. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
To throw on 3rd down, Stroud. And that is incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Well, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Throw left side complete to Chase. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Lance now on 1st down. Gets the check down throw to White. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. On play action, Lance. Wide open receiver complete. And the Panthers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd and goal, Lance. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. CeeDee Lamb from 4 yards out. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Ready, break.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Carter. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Right, 97.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
We call a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
52 blaster.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll go for it. Lance. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. ETN once more. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Off the play fake. Stroud. Open receiver here, complete. It's Parker. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. Looking to throw. Stroud. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's got it inside the 10. A huge play there for Arizona. 54 yards. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance travel or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it. But he sure made it look easy there.
And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Sly able to put this one through. And we are all tied here in the final stages. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Lance. Finds White. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Lance back to throw. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Let's go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Lance looking to throw. Got a man open. It's Chase. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Lance. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. Tucker's kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.